Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Side to Side Sportscast, where it's your boys, Will and Woody, and we come to break it all down from the court side, the ringside, the sidelines, and for those sports they play outdoors, we outside, we side to side. That's how we ride. And today, we riding from the ringside with our boy Zulu Nation, the 7-time defending champion. Zoo, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Hey, listen, bro, we thank you for coming on the Side to Side Sportscast with your boys here. And we on the mic with a champ for the first time. We got a champion in the house. My man. So, Zoo, a lot of people, growing up in Philadelphia, a lot of people follow you, know your career very well. Right. I just want to point out that my man's right here has never submitted in his life. Never gave up on anything. That's how he became a champion. Never.
Pretty much.
So tell us, inside Zoo, your sports fandom, what's some of your favorite teams out there, or favorite fighters growing up?
Favorite. I mean, of course, I grew up on the Eagles, Sixers, Lakers. Between Lakers and Cleveland, I went wherever LeBron James went, kind of, basically. I basically watch only basketball, football, fighters. As in boxing, you can go to, of course, Tyson. MMA was always like All-Star Overeem, Mark Hunt, Rampage. Boxing right now is kind of sublime. I kind of like Benavidez out there right now, and Danny Swift Garcia because he's from Philly. Keep it simple.
Well, those are pretty much the three main sports that I watch as well, right? Basketball, football, combat sports. That's the trifecta, the holy trinity, if you will.
Uh-huh. That's how you know you're a real man.
So we talked about people that you enjoy watching. Who are guys that when you see them on your television, they just get under your skin. Any teams, any athletes, who don't you like?
Who don't I like? I used to know what I didn't like Draymond for a minute. Draymond Green, he gets under my skin. But I started listening to his podcast the other day, and I started liking him now.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know if you ever listen to those podcasts. It's pretty good. I mean, that's about Draymond. It used to be like Bill Romanowski back in the day because stuff he used to do.
Bill.
Skip Bayless, he's a reporter. If you wanted to, Skip Bayless. Oh my God, man, hate that guy. Stephen A. He started to get on my nerves too. I don't know what happened to these commentators get more on my nerves more than sports athletes, because they just like Draymond was saying the other day on the Sportcast, these guys don't analyze the game no more. They're just like just talk crap basically.
Right.
It used to be what happened to back in the day. What happened to the sports commentators back in the day? Like what's it called? That guy that I think he died of cancer.
Stuart Smith.
Stuart Scott.
Yeah,
what happened to guys like that? Myron Rashad and analyze the game. These guys are just figures and just talking now. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's true, man. They just do it all for ratings now. It's like Stephen A. Smith doesn't even talk regular anymore. As soon as he starts talking, he's like, and I just want to say,
come on,
gotta take the jump shot. Like, come on, man. You're not even talking. You're just all extra for no reason right now.
Just for no reason. He's paying. I heard he's getting paid like $10 million a year or something like that.
I think it's more. I actually think, I think it might be.
Yeah, he's getting paid, so that's why he's
paid, man.
He's doing all that extra stuff, I guess.
Yeah, man. Jerry Jones got him in a commercial to sell the Dallas Cowboys. He's actually, if you haven't seen it, he's
a Cowboy fan, right?
Who? Stephen A. Smith?
No, he's a hater, but I think
he hates the Dallas Cowboys.
No, he's a troll. Right, he's a famous troll.
He hates he's the biggest Cowboys troll in the world. But Jerry Jones, the marketing man he is, and hey, whatever. He cared about more than this stuff than winning. but Jerry Jones used Stephen A. Smith in the promo commercial. When the schedule got released, Stephen A. Smith was marking all the losses. They're going to lose. And he was saying all this stuff. And then Jerry Jones flipped it into, like, they edited the film to make it sound like he was cheering for the Cowboys. But Stephen A. getting paid off that. So even though I can't stand the brother's making money, man.
I give him that.
For us real sports fans, we want to hear real sports analysis, right? And that's what you're going to get on the Side-to-Side Sportscast from real fans when we talk about the topics that we got lined up for today. But Zoo, I know there's some now players. You don't really dislike players because you respect athletes and
I respect all athletes, man.
You respect all athletes, but I know it's some teams you don't like, man. Come on, let's talk about them, man. What sports teams do you just despise?
Teams I did not like. I mean, of course, Dallas. I mean, I won't hurt your feelings, but Dallas is that team that's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Dallas, you like to hate Golden State, you know, but they did their thing. I like Klay Thompson, so I kind of like him a little bit.
Yeah.
It was hard. The KD years, it was hard to like them.
It was hard to. KD kind of get on my nerve. Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie, they just got Kyrie again. I think he re-signed. They ain't going nowhere, but he gets under my skin a little bit. He's so sensitive.
Yeah, I know it's sensitive times out there, man. You say one little thing, and they snapping back.
Yeah, he tweet right back, and I can tweet at KD right now. He's gonna respond right back. I ain't nobody. You know, you know.
KD, if he Google you real quick, he won't say nothing else. Tell him.
Well, he got reach, man. He has reach.
Man. So you know, we got to respect Golden State. Golden State was absolutely a team. I never liked Golden State since I was young, cheering for Charles Barkley in the West Coast. Is it something about the Warriors? I never liked them, but I respect this Warriors team because they got back and did it without KD. So I can never say that.
That's why I like them now. Yeah, I like them now because of that. Like they was really getting it during these playoffs. I was like, damn, like Curry was shooting lights out, falling on the floor. Looking at the crowd, like Clay was just doing his thing.
Yeah,
Wiggins
came up.
Wiggins,
he did.
Wiggins.
Man, you see social media. He's humble as hell too.
Yeah,
he's humble. He's just like sitting. I didn't know he made the All-Star team this year.
Yeah. Well, they were disputing. Like all the fans were like, "Yo, I can't believe it." Like Wiggins, nah, he's trash, bro. Like they were.
Yeah, he was chilling on the beach. His media is funny. He just shows on the beach with his trophy and just the pictures of the sea, you know, pictures of the ocean. Like, hate me now, you know. Yeah. They're gonna win it they might have a they're gonna win it for I don't see who beats them.
Hey man,
they're the same team. I don't see who beats them.
They got a young team that's developing underneath those guys too.
Yes, two teams.
Two
teams.
It's crazy.
They got a great situation. Now,
good luck.
Talking about great situations, this weekend we're in for some action on the UFC side of things. So let's transition to the ringside and let's talk about UFC 276 and this fight card we got coming up this week. You know, obviously the big match with Israel Adesanya going against Jared Cannonier. You know, that's one of the big fights that's taking place right now. It's kind of like a co-main event because the Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway, this is the trilogy. That's another one that's got everybody's attention. But outside of those two fights, it's still a jam-packed card. Zoo, what are your thoughts on this event coming up?
Man, it's a jam-packed card, man. I mean, I know I'm going somewhere for it. I'll probably be at the beer garden in the parks or Odd Logic watching it. It's gonna be an exciting card, man. Izzy going against Jared Cannonier. People don't really know about Jared Cannonier. He's like the dark horse,
right?
Literally dark horse, you know. but he's a wild card. He's kind of a goofy character a little bit. If you hear his interviews, he's kind of like just straight up, doesn't talk much. Izzy, anime guy, Nigerian guy, so I gotta support him a little bit. He's kind of funky a little bit. I'm not like a crazy Izzy fan. I'm more of an Usman fan than an Izzy fan. But Yeah, that's good. That's a good fight. Max Holloway, third time they keep on. He's there for a reason. He lost twice, but of course, I think the UFC want him to be the champ because it's Max Holloway. He brings in the money. He's a needle pusher. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Alex Vanovsky, whatever he say his name is, uh, he's just he a plain Jane. He don't talk much. He's from Australia, I guess, but he's good. He's good. You can the second fight, I think Max got it. The first fight was kind of even draw, so not many times you get a trilogy fight. If the guy's 0-2,
Yeah.
Right.
but
Yeah.
I think Dana believed that Max got robbed the second fight. I think Alex don't believe in his heart that he won. And
Mhm.
that's why he's like, I'll fight him again. He knows the fans want to see it. He wants everybody to shut up about it because he's sick of hearing. He reads the comments. You lost. You lost. I think in his heart he knows. So
Yeah.
he knows he has to get a stop this time and make it, a definitive win.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get that win. I'm not gonna lie. Volkanovski, he is an elite fighter, man.
He got better.
Yeah, I feel like he is truly improved and became like an all-around fighter on the ground, stand-up game. We saw him take punches in that Ortega fight. There was definitely times where I thought he was done. And I feel like he does have the heart of a champion, and it's almost like Apollo Creed, which I actually don't want to say that because we know how that story ended. But he's looking at the fan mail and he's like, "I won, but I didn't beat him," and like
Yeah.
it was that heart of the champion. I think Volkanovski. I completely agree with the sentiment of this fight. Like you said, I don't even know if there's ever been a trilogy where it's 0-2 like that. But Volkanovski, behind Kamaru Usman, I truly believe he is probably the second best pound for pound fighter in UFC right now. I feel like he will 3-0. Like it's starting to look like a basketball series, with a sweep. Like I think that's what we're gonna see there. And in terms of Izzy and Cannonier, definitely two wild characters. Cannonier clearly has the power advantage. I think Izzy is the more skilled fighter. And we already know, one punch can change, the complexion of the fight. But I'm thinking Izzy. I think he's just more talented. Those championship rounds, if it gets that far, I'm counting on his conditioning over Cannonier.
They say that Izzy has never fought somebody with the striking power that Cannonier has. And they say that's one of the differences.
He fought Kelvin Gustafson.
Oh yeah?
He fought people. He fought. Cannonier is good. I mean, but he fought some bangers.
Okay.
I can't say that. I can't say that. He fought bangers.
And when he moved up, right, and he was hitting punch, getting hit with punches.
Well, Cannonier, he's a big guy. Remember, Cannonier was a heavyweight when he came to UFC.
Yeah.
Right.
So he got all the way 2 weight classes down. So he's naturally a big guy.
Right.
It's gonna be interesting. The only way to beat Izzy, you gotta put Izzy on his back.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna outstrike Izzy.
Okay.
There's no possible way. But the exciting thing is, the guy that knocked out Izzy in his kickboxing career is on the card.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
What's his name? Alexandra, but whatever. I don't know. These Brazilians got these crazy names. I don't know. But the guy that knocked out Pereira, yeah. He knocked out Izzy flat, and he'd been like posting like Izzy fat on his back, stuff like that. For the last year. He got in the UFC about a year and a half ago. He got 3-4 wins. So it's a psychological thing with Izzy. He got to put his mind straight for this fight. That's the next fight that's coming up. If he wins, they jump this guy in the front of the line to face Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
He's like 3 fights before Izzy. So he wins. The next fight's Izzy and him. And that's why they want Izzy to win. It's gonna be a crazy buildup. The promo is going to be nuts.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
And Izzy needs him to win for something for Izzy to do. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
After Izzy beats Cannonier, He's ready to redo the division. He needs new blood.
Yeah.
You know, the story, the guy knocked out Izzy years ago, best kickboxer in the world. He's undefeated in MMA. It makes a good story. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't even realize that he knocked out Izzy. I actually, I was high on Strickland. He was my pick. If I'm picking a winner, I was picking Strickland.
Yeah,
But now I don't know. Now,
yeah. I mean, Strickland don't care. He don't care. Strickland ruin that party.
yeah.
He'll ruin the UFC hype up party. You know, they're trying to use him because Strickland's number 3 or 5, so that's a good. He beats him. He could be like, okay, he beat him. You know, and this guy's avoiding grapplers the whole way. So like, jump the line. Izzy's not a grappler, so it's gonna be a kickboxing match. It's almost like the same match.
From years
So
ago.
it's like, but just with smaller gloves.
Yeah.
And this guy's a beast on the stand up. So it's gonna be a crazy match. And ever since he came to UFC, he was telling people, listen, Izzy's running from me. He's a fraud. Y'all sit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll see. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
And to think that potentially the hardest fought fight of the night we haven't even mentioned yet. I mean, Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Oh yeah, he's fighting that night.
Yeah,
he kicks off the car. He kicks off the car. That thing, right?
He sure does. With Munoz, who, I mean, that's another hard of it.
You see how they do that on purpose. You know how they do that on purpose. They put Sugar Sean to open up the card so everyone buys that pay-per-view right away. It's a smart.
Yeah,
it's smart to do. It's smart to do.
Well, Misha Tate was supposed to open, but her opponent got COVID.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But she was supposed to open at one. She was supposed to go to 125 for the first time, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she was gonna win 125 and then go against Valentina.
Oh well, she would get bodied. I don't know. Well, actually,
she's heavier. Well, she's heavier. I'm saying like Misha Tate was always 35, 45, whatever.
Yeah.
So she was gonna go to 125 for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
A new face at 25 for Valentina.
True. Well, I think that's still because I think they just got pushed back. I think they got pushed back to 277.
Yeah.
That one. But I was
what's the third? There's 3 title fights on that card, right?
I think it's just a 2. I think it's a 2, and then Strickland, and then O'Malley.
I swear somebody else is fighting.
Now, is this the first time O'Malley is fighting a ranked opponent?
I think so.
Yeah, it might be.
It might have redid his contract because he was saying basically like, I'm not fighting for the amount of money I'm getting. I'm not fighting these tough guys for the amount of money I'm getting. So they had to redo something because I think he's fighting Munoz or Pedro.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's a problem. That's a good
opponent. That's what I'm saying.
That's how you know if O'Malley belongs right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because he lost to Cheeto. I mean, he faced Cheeto Vera already. He said he got injured. He looked around first and then grabbed his ankle. You know, did one of them. You know, then he's saying, I think he's saying like he's still undefeated or something. So he's getting underneath Cheeto Vera's skin. Set up a good rematch. I like that rematch right there. You know.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know if Munoz is going to be I mean, I know for a fact it's not going to be a walk in the park. But that is. I don't think Sugar Sean. I feel like that's a question of conditioning. I feel like when you have guys that are like evenly matched like that, it really is just like who's in the better shape. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what matters when you start getting into, and obviously this isn't championship rounds, but even round 3, guys are gassed.
Yeah.
And Sugar Sean has been finishing, people in the first consistently. Yeah. Like is that what he's training?
Lower level guys.
Yeah,
but he faced Pedro, then he's there.
That's exactly it.
Like, he'll start getting them guys like Aljamain, Cruz, Aldo, some top tier guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's ready for any name that you just said.
Who knows, man? Sometimes you grow up you become a man overnight. You know what I mean? Like
Yo, that's
the
true.
game, the fight game will make you a man or a boy.
Yeah. All it takes is one. All it takes is that one victory. You know.
Yeah, it takes one victory. All of a
Well,
sudden, you doing stuff different. All
yep.
of a sudden, you come from a boy to a man. Take stuff seriously after that.
No,
Yeah.
I hear that. I hear that because I feel like one person in particular who, you could say that with kind of, I felt like, the narrative was like, oh, okay, there's holes in his game. He's a good striker, but will he ever be anything more than that? Is actually the current UFC world heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou. I feel like he, pretty much became a man. And as we already know, we just talked about Izzy Ngannou. We're talking about two of Africa's three kings of the UFC. I mean, I feel like that's been something remarkable to behold. I mean, what do you got to say, Zoo? Especially, being an African champion yourself, kind of looking at these guys do their thing in the UFC.
Well, first off, Francis probably was born a man, size of him, Been a man since 17 probably. But yeah, it's crazy. You don't see that's crazy. As I got out the UFC, the Nigeria African thing was coming up. I was like, damn, I missed a train on that one. You know what I mean? I got cut and everything. I was the bed basically, but yeah, that would it's crazy how it's taking over. I mean, UFC MMA is becoming a predominantly black sport a little bit. It's crazy how that's going.
Yeah.
It used to be, Brazilian sport. I think Brazilian a little bit Brazilian, white sport.
Mm-hmm.
The brothers wasn't really like that in the UFC. Then we started evolving a little bit. And we got some champs ever since Anderson Silva. I call Anderson Silva black Brazilian really, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he definitely speaks Portuguese. He Brazilian.
Yeah, but
But like
Rampage became a champion. We had so
Okay.
many black champions besides even African champions. But
Yeah.
even in Bellator, there's a guy. I forgot his name. Stouts. He just became the 35-pound champion over there. He's from Nigeria.
Oh,
So, yeah, they're coming up, man. They're coming up. They're coming.
they're definitely coming through.
Yeah, a lot of African champs are coming. They're coming. It's about, I think, 10 African fighters in the UFC. I think 10 to 12.
And I would say Usman is definitely at the top of the top.
Yeah, Usman pound for pound. Usman just incredible. It was incredible. I met him first time, and I didn't meet. I just walked past him first time I fought in UFC, and I was like, "That's a welterweight."
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that boy's he's good, man.
Yeah.
I don't see who's gonna beat him. I mean, all the way if he beats himself, if he ages, you feel me? That's all overnight.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Father Time is undefeated. If you guys had to rank Usman, Adesanya, and Ngannou, like how would you rank the three?
I mean, you got to put a guy who's a heavyweight. You got to put a guy he's a. I mean,
not like in combat versus each other, but like just dominance popularity? In their class.
I would say right now has to be. Damn. I would put Izzy last.
Same. Okay. Same. I would too.
Damn, between Usman and Francis. Damn, right now Usman's about to be active, so I have to put Usman in front of Francis right now.
I mean, I think it's almost like no question. Like, I think
you can flip it. I wouldn't be mad either way.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad either way.
I feel like Usman has actually helped Ngannou improve his all-around game.
Yes. He cornered him a couple times.
100%. Like,
that last fight, he came out wrestling
with Cyril Gane. And everyone was like, "Oh, Gane takes him to the ground, like it's over."
Listen, I bet I lost big. I had Cyril Gane beating Francis that day.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie, I had him beating Francis. And then I was like, he's taking him to the ground. I thought Cyril Gane was the real deal.
He is a good fighter.
He is good. Don't get me wrong. He's top
Yeah.
tier. He's probably, you haven't seen him fight in a while since then because he's probably in the lab right now getting better.
Yeah.
But I saw Gane. I mean, I thought Gane was unstoppable.
Yeah.
But I thought he had a little bit of a ground game because he was doing 6 submissions when he was coming up.
Yeah.
And then Francis was on top. And Francis don't even have that much submission game or wrestling. So I'm like, if Francis is wrestling you, damn, you're gonna face some wrestlers and you ain't the real deal. You know, if Francis is wrestling you, take you down, do jiu-jitsu on you, I'm like, either Francis got real good or Francis is dumb good. He can do anything.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think Usman was in the lab with him. Like I see his wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, like rubbing off on Ngannou. Like that's
it probably
like
did. And Ngannou's strong enough he can use his wrestling.
Yeah.
He probably was wrestling all camp. You know, he came out with 2 knee braces like he was ready to wrestle. He's an F striker because he was hurt that fight.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He torn ACL. He had surgery. Like
he was hurt that fight. Yeah, he was hurt that fight. Yeah.
So, I would definitely say that they, them two are above. I mean, honestly, if Usman was in Adesanya's, maybe we're about to see something new right now. But yeah, I just don't think his ground game is on par with the other two. His division is not like you said before. He kind of already ran through his division.
Yeah, he ran through. I mean, there's some coming guys going to challenge him if he sticks around and wants to stick in that weight class. There was talks of him fighting Izzy, but they're both Nigerian, and Izzy's saying they shouldn't fight because they're Nigerian. But Usman's manager says, Ali wants them to fight, get that bag. It'd be a crazy fight, but Usman might put Izzy on his back. Because Izzy bumped up to face Jan not too long ago at 205, trying to go be a double champ, but
didn't work out.
It was too big. Put him on his back.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I also heard, or have been seeing, Usman is really, really, really trying to box Canelo.
I mean,
as a fan of his, I'm gonna have to advise him to please don't do that.
You never know. I mean, he picks up, he picks up skill set fast. You see how he went with the new coach Trevor Littman or whatever his name is, and I think he coaches like Rose and all them, and Justin Gaethje.
Oh,
his striking came up. All of a sudden, he got a nice little jab, and it's different from boxing. Don't get me wrong, but maybe he can compete. But Canelo, he is a different beast. That's boxing a little bit, but Usman's heavier than Canelo. Okay, but Canelo, he likes to jump up in weight class, as you know. It didn't work out for him last time, but but Usman's a little heavy, so.
Yeah, I mean, instead of boxing Canelo, can we get Usman to knock one of the Paul brothers out?
They don't like the Paul brothers, man. They don't want these guys to, they've been asking for it. But I think the Paul brothers, they speak a lot, but they know the fights they can win. It's like Eddie Hearn said the other day on a podcast. He was like, once Paul loses, his career is over.
Yeah.
Once he loses one, his career is over.
Yeah, they
not over, but he won't be much as popular. But the Tommy Fury fight's in the ring. I'm gonna watch that fight, Tommy Fury and him, if it happens.
Definitely. Yeah. You best believe.
I might even be at MSG. I might even go to MSG to go take a train over there real quick and jump off and.
Oh, is it at MSG?
Yeah, MSG. Serrano's fighting her. He's a manager too, so he manages that girl Serrano that fought Katie Taylor. That was a good fight.
Oh, yes.
They're fighting. They're like kind of equal in ability a little bit. Tommy Fury wasn't a reality show, I think. They're kind of equal. I mean, Tommy's more polished, but if that knockout that he knocked out Tyrone Woodley with, if that was real, then I'm like, okay, it could be a good match.
I don't believe that's real.
If it wasn't real, Tyrone can act. I mean, he's a stunt man. He's a stuntman too. If you see Tyrone's profile, it says stuntman actor. So, and he's been in the movie. He's been in movies. He's been on NWA movie. You know, Sharon Compton, whatever. He's been in
Yeah.
movies. He's been a stuntman. Like, who knows? He
Yeah.
took a fall. That's a hell of a fall. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it definitely. I don't know. It definitely did not look.
I tried to do slow motion. I tried.
Yeah,
I don't know.
did not look natural. Even Ben Askren, that looked weird too. But
Nah, Ben. I think he got knocked. I think he got knocked out. Yeah, that was. If these guys are getting knocked out like that, man, it's still that's brain damage, dog. Like they must be getting a bag of money to be getting knocked out.
yeah. No, I mean
Yeah.
that's true. That's
You
true.
fall on your head, like head to head. They're doing head to head to the mat.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, man. I've been
For a
knocked out
bag,
before. I've been knocked out before. It's not fun.
If Jake Paul gives you $5 million, you're not taking a dive.
I'm not taking a dive like that. That's a crazy dive, dog. Break your neck. These people are dying in the ring. I ain't taking a dive like that.
All right, feel you.
These guys are taking some crazy dives.
Yeah,
That's real talk, man. That's real talk. Speaking of dives, how about we transition to the court side and dive into NBA free agency? UFC is definitely going to be an exciting moment on Saturday, but also this Friday, the changes in the NBA. This is actually one of the most exciting times of the year. Who's going where in the NBA? A lot of changes being made. Kyrie opts into his contract. Is he staying in Brooklyn? Is Brooklyn going to trade him? If they're not keeping him, KD's going to ask for a trade. So is KD getting traded? Is Brooklyn going to have no KD and Kyrie, or are they going to have both? Then you got the Lakers with Russell Westbrook, who, of course, opted into his contract. And what are the Lakers going to do? They've been trying to find trade partners for Russell. There's got to be some team out there that wants to take his expiring contract, but they're going to have to do some. Well, there's rumors out there because if you take his contract for 1 year, next year you have a lot of cap space. So absorbing his contract can be beneficial to another team. But the Lakers are more concerned with what they'll get in return. They're not just trying to dump him. So the Lakers don't have a lot of cap space, but what can they do to add to it? Then you got the Philadelphia 76ers. You got James Harden. He hasn't made the decision yet, but he's likely to opt into his contract. And more than likely, he's going to play in Philadelphia for another year and do it from the beginning. But what can the Sixers add to the team? Hey, I didn't name every team. Fellas, some of your teams, who do you want to see your team acquire, Woody?
Well, let's start with who I don't want to pay $25 million. All right, I will be furious as I rep the Knicks on my shirt, on my hat. $25 million to Jalen Brunson is an abomination. Okay, the Knicks have made so many offseason blunders, and the worst thing that's happened to the Knicks, and perhaps the last 10 years, was that one random season where they were the 4th seed in the East because it fooled everybody into thinking that A, Julius Randle was worth anything, and B, that this team wasn't a rebuilding mess, because they are a rebuilding mess. And now you're going to throw, please do not do it, you're going to throw $25 million to Jalen Brunson. I mean, he's good. He's good. I mean, he is in this year, is he like that much better than Derrick Rose? I don't know. I truly do not know.
Is Derrick Rose still on the team?
Yeah, Derrick Rose, he was hurt a lot of the year, but he comes in, he's a bucket, he's out here, just playmaking. Jalen Brunson, yeah, he's younger, all that, but like it's really the same person for too much money. Please, what they should have done is bent over backwards to get Kyrie. They should have done everything in their power. Please, Kyrie will, just do anything to get Kyrie on the team. And just shift, literally, same state, just shift and get Kyrie and KD.
My man, Knicks will never be the same, man. They'll never be the same since the Starks days, the Ewing days. Even Carmelo days.
Nah, not even Carmelo. That era, that was all facade too. We got like
I mean, this back in the day. This is a Jordan versus the Bulls day. Jordan versus the Knicks days.
Ewing,
that was like the glory of the years, man. And it sucks to see Spike Lee on the sidelines hoping. Like, it's crazy. Like, I was watching some of the Knicks games this year. I just sat down and was watching the Knicks game. I'm like, these guys, they compete, and then they just fade. Like they look good for a little bit, and then it's fade as the game goes.
It's because they're not talented.
They can't close a game.
They cannot. Like
they
just
cannot
start
close a game.
Missing because they don't have good shooters. They have guys that get lucky. Like RJ Barrett will get lucky. He'll hit like a couple open shots, and then he thinks that he's Bradley Beal, but no, he's RJ Barrett. And then those same shots don't fall. Obviously, no one is a bigger culprit of this than Julius Randle, who I don't even know the last time he shot a good shot. He shoots bad shots 3 straight years in a row, but 2 years ago they went in at a pretty high clip, right? So he's averaging 20, 10, and 5. First person to do that is Larry Bird.
Who else is Stephen A's he's a Knicks fan, right?
Yeah, he
I was just about to say, man.
Yeah, he said he's not. I think he said he's not going to the Garden next season or something like that.
He's been a fake. He is a Knicks fan, but he's a fake. He's a fraud. He's as far as you don't ever hear him talking about the Knicks. Like then all of a sudden when they in the playoffs, he the main one in the crowd talking about we here, right? Then all of a sudden they lose to Trae Young and them boys, and where is he now? He disappeared. So Stephen A. just like attention.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does. I like wins.
Celebrity fans.
We're not gonna get them with Jalen Brunson. So as a Knicks fan, I
just want to disagree real quick, man.
What you want me to pay Jalen Brunson $25 million?
Look, that's the market for him. But I truly believe Jalen Brunson from Villanova, if he signs with the Knicks, he's gonna become an all-star in New York. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's gonna become an all-star in New York. This boy is gritty. He can play. Now, I'm not saying he's better. Obviously, Luka is one of the best players in the league, but it's a big handicap for him because he doesn't get to play with the ball in his hand. When Luka's hurt, you see how comfortable this boy is navigating the offense. He can play. If he signs with the Knicks, y'all are lucky. We're gonna rewind the tape where Rudy said, "I don't want to pay him," and you're gonna have to say sorry because Jalen Brunson can ball, man. He can really play. And he may not be an all-star this season, but he's going to work his way into being an all-star. It might even happen this season.
You know
that boy, he can play.
Will Gaddy always says this all the time, but we've never said it on air. I will say it on air right now. Mark my words. If Jalen Brunson is an all-star as a member of the New York Knicks for the next month after that, so that's February to March, your boy James Woody will be wearing a clown nose to fully represent who I am.
Let's do it.
In this
I like that bet. I like that bet.
Okay,
this clown shoes too.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to see the shoes, but sure, let's do it. Okay.
Exactly, let's do it. You're gonna have to take a picture with the nose and the shoes.
All right, fair enough. And we'll post it on Instagram. It'll be our Instagram profile picture because you know what? That's not going to happen. That's a bizarro world. That's like when you watch Back to the Future and all of a sudden Biff is the mayor, right? The villains doing all this. That's that in that timeline. Yeah, Jalen Brunson is an all-star for the Knicks. But in the regular timeline, he is an overpaid man. All right.
So if he's in the overpaid conversation, not necessarily the non-all-star conversation, if the buzz in the city is he's overpaid, we got to get rid of him, I'll wear the clown nose. We on.
Let's go to my team, the Lakers.
Okay.
The team that's kind of relevant, not the New York Knicks. No offense, man, but the Knicks are the Knicks, man. They ain't do nothing since Starks, Oakley. The old players are not even allowed in the damn in the Garden. You know what they are.
Crazy, right?
That's true.
They have to get checked IDs and shit like they know, but it's horrible.
Yeah, they even did that to Ewing himself. That's
horrible.
It's crazy.
But the Lakers, I mean, We just won a championship a couple years ago in the COVID championship. They try not to count it because it's a COVID championship, but I think it's the most disciplined championship, to be honest with you.
Exactly. Real ballers know, man.
Real ball. That's dedication. That's real. Russell Westbrook. I don't know what can you do with him. Like I heard the coach said the coach was jumped on him like jocking him like. I love Russell Westbrook. I don't know if he had to say it to save face, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
he had to say it, I guess, take his back.
Yeah.
What? Who cares about triple double Russell? Who cares? Like we have LeBron. Like
I love this.
If AD's back, who cares about Russell Westbrook? We need a true point guard. We need a true point guard, yo. You don't even have to be a good player. You can be like a rounder. You don't even have to be like a crazy good player. But AD's Mr. Glass. That's the only thing.
He is Mr. Glass. He is
Mr. Glass.
A true point guard for LA.
Russ is a true point guard. He's a facilitator. He can do it. I just don't think his mind is where they need it to be.
He rushes the ball too much. Even Shaquille said it. Shaquille was watching the game. I don't know if you ever voted. He's like, yo, he was on the sideline. Slow down. Slow the game down.
Shaq was saying?
You go up the court 100 miles per hour.
Yep.
Wait for everybody. Wait for everybody, dog. That's going to make a bucket. It's your bucket every time, but you're not a bucket every time. You got people like Skip Bayless calling you Westbrook and disrespecting you, and you getting mad. And it just I don't know what happened to Westbrook. It's crazy. I don't know what happened to him, man.
It was hard for him. This was the first time that he actually had to play without the ball in his hand all the time. And I don't think I just think he didn't get comfortable. First year,
he's not OKC. He's not OKC Westbrook.
Right, exactly.
I mean, but I never liked Westbrook like that, to be honest with you, because he just took so many. Even when he's OKC, they lost that 1 year where they were up 3. Remember they lost, and I think KD
to the Warriors.
KD probably mad as hell. He was taking all these. Yo, KD will be hot, right? And then he'll just start gunning. Yep. Like you have KD there. He's a bucket.
Yeah.
And they're gunning and missing and who are you to take the last shot of the game when you have Kevin Durant?
No. I got.
I still remember those years. So I'm like, hey, you're not the man like that. Let's go for you're not the man like that.
A trade that they're really considering. It's a rumor, but it's got a lot of steam to it. Obviously, Russell Westbrook opted in. He's not going to opt out of $47 million. But the trade that could possibly take place is Russell Westbrook, along with THT, Taylor Horton Tucker, and a couple other players, and maybe a future pick for Miles Turner and Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon would be that point guard who is big enough to also, he's like a combo, but he can actually facilitate and he can shoot. He may be a better fit to play with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and assuming that they re-sign Malik Monk.
Well, I think Miles Turner is the winner of that. I mean, that's the perfect quintessential big man to play with LeBron James.
Yeah, because he can space the floor. He can block shots. Anthony Davis could play the 4. So I mean, that's rumor. That's the rumor.
I'm mad we didn't get Kyrie. That was a big rumor.
Yeah,
it's still possible. It's just they got to trade for him.
Well, yeah. Well, they said they're gonna run it back on Bleacher Report.
Right.
They said they're gonna run it back with KD, but I mean, Kyrie, LeBron James play together, man. That's sick, man. That's sick.
Yeah, man. It was sad to see.
I was so mad when they broke Cleveland. Oh, Kyrie messed up the whole thing.
Yeah.
He did.
He messed up the whole damn thing. He messed up a whole dynasty. It would have been Cleveland versus Warriors every year. Cleveland versus Warriors.
I feel like that next year when they got back to the finals without him, they had Kyrie. That's what they needed. LeBron just needed another guy who could get you 30 whenever.
Yep.
And it could have been Kyrie. They would have made it back. And Kyrie proved without playing with LeBron, he needs leadership. But talk about my Phoenix Suns for a second. Just one quick second.
Phoenix Suns. You like Phoenix Suns? That's your team?
Yeah, that's my team since Charles Barkley.
Right? Can't lie, that's my team back in the day. Dan Marley.
Yep, Dan Marley. I had all the Sun starters. The Sun starter call.
Hold up. Nash didn't play
Kevin
with Barkley,
Johnson
right?
jerseys.
No,
Nash
it
didn't
was
play.
later. It was later.
Nah, yeah, Nash
Kevin
was around
Johnson.
when AI was playing.
Yeah.
Well, did Kevin Johnson make 75 best player or no?
No. Kevin
That's
Johnson
crazy.
is not even in the Hall of Fame.
That's crazy.
What? He's not in the Hall. I didn't know that.
Nope, he's
That's
not in the Hall of
crazy.
Fame. He's one of the more recognizable point guards, but injury history. He actually didn't make a lot of all-star teams, but he's one of the, in my opinion, one of the best pure point guards to ever play
Kevin
the game.
Johnson was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, all the new
Barkley.
players kind of flooded him out. So, yeah, Kevin Johnson was nice. He absolutely was.
It was funny because I was thinking of getting a throwback Barkley Suns jersey.
Which color? Purple, white, or the black Suns jersey?
The black and the white is hot.
One. Yep, the black
one's hot though.
That was
the
it.
Black one's real hot.
Yep, that was it. But yeah, man, I grew up. You see, when I was actually a diehard Sixers fan when I was young. I remember I went to the game where Sixers versus Bulls. I got to high five Charles Barkley. Then they traded Barkley to the Suns, and I was just a kid.
Oh, so that's why I think that's what happened to me. I followed Barkley for a little bit.
Yep, they traded
came
me
back.
Marley.
Yeah, Marley. I like Dan Marley, Thunder Dan.
Yep.
And they played. They were on TV a lot back in the day.
They used to come on every Saturday.
Every Saturday were on. Yeah, that was America's team kind of.
They were one of the best teams in the league.
Yep.
Barkley used to come down to the court, tomahawk dunk,
and
pull up three. He was one of the first big men to shoot threes.
Yo,
and jumpers, mid range. He had a nasty game.
He had a nasty game. He was barely 6'6", barely 6'6", to get 15 to 20 boards on you like nothing.
Yep. Competing like you know he's taking a shot too. Just straight up one-on-one player, man. Nasty.
Yeah, man. Charles Barkley was that dude. Now he just be sitting in a chair talking crap, you know.
He can.
He's funny though.
He can.
Yeah,
I give him
he
that.
Definitely can. Yeah. But I want to see the Phoenix Suns somehow, some way, end up with a couple. I don't think they're going to keep DeAndre Ayton. In fact, he's another one that's rumored to be traded for that package of Miles Turner and Malcolm Brogdon, which may be a better package for Indiana, unless they really want to dump the salary of Russell Westbrook. But we'll see. But if Phoenix can sign, I'm like one of the only Montrezl Harrell fans out there. You need some toughness coming off the bench. You need some toughness coming off the bench. That's one thing that we need. And
do they still have JaVale?
Well, they can re-sign JaVale. He's not there. But JaVale's only going to give you like 15 minutes. You need that's the problem. You need more than 15 minutes. JaVale can play, but just 15 minutes, and he wears down throughout the season. The Suns were worn out by the time they got to Dallas. They were worn out. And that's why I want energy guys like Montrezl Harrell. And, if they do get rid of DeAndre Ayton, depending on what they get back in return, sign Mo Bamba. You just need a shot blocker that can shoot. Sign him. But that's some of the more notable free agent moves. Rumors about trading for Kevin Durant, like packaging DeAndre Ayton, but KD not going to want to get traded if him and Kyrie agree that they're going to play this season. So, I'm more so thinking that Brooklyn is going to stick it out. We're going to see what they do this year. They're going to make themselves like the villains of the league.
Like Stephen A said, man, give Kyrie the max, but for 1 year. Yeah, give him a 1 year contract because he's only good for 1 year, man. Yeah, tap the season on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Every season he plays when he want to play, man.
He the first NBA player with PTO.
That's
seriously, man.
He just be taking PTO, man. Paid time off. Like, I ain't playing for 2 weeks. I'll be back.
He finds some loophole.
Yep.
Yeah. But he is nice though. He's not like I would be ecstatic to have Kyrie. 45 games of Kyrie in the Knicks. I'm hyped. I mean, in terms of other free agents, there's no one really I mean, for the Knicks, like I don't even like don't the Knicks suck. They
That's speaking of the Knicks, I would take Julius Randle on the Suns in a heartbeat. We could work out a trade. I would take
no, but
Julius.
your trade package is garbage. You were giving me like Cameron Payne. Stop
Man,
that.
just
Get out of
take him.
here.
Just take him. The Knicks are relevant
Nah,
anyway, man. Just take
nah,
Cameron
stop that.
Payne. I
Nah.
know, but we'll see what the real GMs do. A lot of changes are going to be made in NBA free agency. It's going down July 1st. Stay tuned. We'll see how some of these players that we talked about.
There's always a shocker in free agency. There's always going to be a shocker.
Always a shocker. Let's talk about that. If you had to just guess what a shocker would be, what do you think it would be? Shocking move in free agency this year.
Kyrie and Ben Simmons trade again, basically.
Okay. Again, that would be great.
That's a shocker right there.
I'm gonna have to go with Bradley Beal. No one really knows,
I think Bradley Beal is due come. That one's due.
No, is that not us? Oh, all right, no.
I think he's gonna stay, man. I think he's gonna stay, and everybody gonna be like, "Why?" But hey, the money, they can't turn down that money, man. What was it, 215 million? He can get.
Yeah,
around there.
Yeah, I mean, but that would be a waste of like his talents.
Hey,
I don't know who would be shocked by this one, but I would be devastated if. Oh my gosh, I cannot remember if his name is Michael or Miles, but Bridges on the Hornets. Is that Miles Bridges? Miles Bridges. Yeah, I think he's like a foundational piece, but I've been hearing like some things like
Hornets gonna make a big move. I know that.
They're hungry. The Hornets are hungry, and they got LaMelo. This is they're getting ready for his prime. So I think they need to keep Bridges. I feel like Bridges should be a part of that core.
Yeah, man, they should keep Bridges.
They don't want to pay him. They don't want to pay him the max. So we'll see. We'll see. That's another player that DeAndre Ayton is rumored to get traded for. But I'll tell you, I've been saying this, and there's no talk about it, but I'm still going to stick with it. Shocker. The Brooklyn Nets trade Ben Simmons and a couple other dudes.
Yes, I'm saying I think Ben Simmons is leaving.
They're going to trade him to the Lakers for LeBron James. And it's going to be LeBron, Kyrie, and KD in Brooklyn going after the Golden State Warriors. I'm still saying it's been quietly kept, but I think this is going to shake the basketball world.
Hey.
I'm going
KD's a little too quiet right now, and LeBron's a little too quiet.
Everybody's so quiet. That's what I'm saying. Everybody
It used to be a couple years ago. You're hearing people having dinners together, going to the Hamptons, And
I think all this Kyrie to LA talk was a deflection, just a deflection, and something's about to happen. It's going to happen.
They're going to play together.
I really believe it. I
make motherfuckers really, really mad. If they did that, would be bad as shit.
They would be like the NWO.
Oh God, NWO basically.
Poor AD, man. That's all I gotta say. Playing with Ben Simmons and Russ, like AD.
AD, you got a dude who can't shoot and a dude who won't shoot. That would be interesting in LA, but we'll see. But
but LA needs a star. That's the only thing. If it's a lake show, so you need to leave a star or something. You know what I mean? AD maybe, but he's fragile.
Yeah, definitely fragile.
Definitely. Well, Zoo, let's turn to you for a second, man. We appreciate you coming on the Side to Side Sportscast, holding it down and just representing to the fullest. But let's hear your 2 cents, man. I just want you, everybody. This is a brother who grinded and grinded and grinded. He became a champion. He put in the work to become a champion, and he defended that championship 7 times. So Zoo, you putting in the work. I know you like to train, people who have aspirations to be fighters. Just share your 2 cents with the people who follow you and follow the Side to Side Sportscast. Anything inspirational that you would like to say to anybody?
You just gotta put, Be like Stevie Wonder with the blinders on, man. And when you want to go, we have a goal. Just go and get it. Don't care what nobody says. As you rise, there'll be haters. To the top. You just gotta ignore everybody, and they'll motivate you. They'll put you down. Just keep on plugging. Don't care what nobody says. Just hit a goal and get there. Don't matter what you do in life. Don't matter what you do in life, man. Just go. Even with this, like, let's say I want to be the best. Want to be the best podcast person, man. Just keep on chipping away. Everybody started from the bottom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, every champion was a contender, a challenger before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Amateur. You know what I mean? You know.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely. Hey man, listen, you heard it from here. Ladies and gentlemen, you could follow Zoo at Zulu Nation 215 on your social media. And listen, man, we really appreciate you coming by this side to side sportscast today. We're gonna have to get you back on here before the Eagles season
Yeah,
starts.
definitely. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
talking to sports.
I ain't never gonna step in the ring with you, but we can go at it on this podcast,
Yeah,
Cowboys versus
we
Eagles stuff.
we can debate. We can have our own undisputed, like Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless.
Exactly. We're gonna have to do that before training camps get back, man. We're gonna have you on to talk about some
Definitely.
Eagles. But ladies and gentlemen, we want you to come by the Sportscast side to side with me and Woody. Call it how you see it, call it how you saw it, call out those who didn't see it how you saw it. Represent what you think about what's trending in the sports world today. But until then, we out.